RealLyfeStreetStarz. We're here with Russ, Maurice.
Yes, sir.
The creator, the director, the film writer, so much more, man. It's a pleasure to have you in the building, brother. Before we get all the way into it, for everybody not knowing deaf, dumb, stupid, living up under a rock, man, tell these people where you from.
I am from New Jersey. I've been out here in the DF for about like 10, 11 years now. So this is second home, real talk, but originally from the East Coast.
Now that was a hell of a transition. Tell me about a little bit about some of the culture shocks you came up against when coming to the DFW.
Bro, so this is actually my second time living in Texas. It was a major culture shock. So on the East Coast, I was going to Columbia High School out in Maplewood, and the school was predominantly black. I loved it. I love being around my people, and I learned a lot. That time in my life really created who I am today. And then when I moved to, my parents moved us out to Flower Mound, Texas, and ended up going to Marcus High School. Big culture shock. It's predominantly white. So it was just, my first couple days, I was like, Mom, I hate this shit. Like, I'm not used to it, but even that experience created who I am today. I got to be around a whole different, atmosphere and culture. I got to see the love of football down in the South versus on the East Coast where we predominantly love basketball. So it's been fun. It's been fun. I love Dallas. I do. I'm always gonna have residence in here.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, because you're a director and actor. You also have a podcast, a clothing line. But let's touch on, before you even get to the directing part, I'm sure you were an artist at some point, because that's how we all start off, right? We all start off as artists.
Oh yeah.
Take us through those early days of you trying to do your artistry, and rapping or singing or whatever it is you do. What is it that you got into?
Right. So I still call myself an artist to this day, and I always will be. So I first got into it. My dad, he really grew me up on some good music, all the way down to Luther Vandross, Michael Jackson, Prince, all the way up to me living on the East Coast. Biggie was real big for us, and I remember tapes, cassette tapes. It's crazy because the kids now won't even know shit about that, but my dad, he had this big box of cassette tapes, and he told me, any tape with the parental advisory sticker on it, you cannot listen to. So of course, me being a kid, wait till he out of town, and I got into the box of the parental advisory. First thing I picked up was Biggie Smalls. Fell in love with it, just fell in love with the storytelling, what he was rapping about, his sound, his story. I love Diddy, I look up to Diddy, so I was like, I can see myself doing something like this. So that's when I got in my head, I might do music. Fast forward, high school, first moved back from New Jersey to Texas and started taking my songwriting seriously. Wrote me a few songs. And 2010, my best friend, I call her my best friend still to this day, my grandmother, rest in peace, she passed away. We had a really good relationship. I used to talk to her about like me wanting to do music in the future, and her passing away just like that was devastating for me. So I was like, what's an outlet? What's one way I could really just pour in and get this stuff out without being destructive? And I was like, let me just take my songwriting seriously. So I started writing songs, ran into one of my old friends that I met when I first lived in Texas, and he rapped, and he's from New Orleans. So he was like, why don't we just kind of mash the New Orleans and the New Jersey sound together and be like the new Outkast type shit. So I was, I'm 16 years old, so I'm just like, fuck it, let's do it. Made a tape, and next thing I know, we start kind of like blowing up at our school. We wasn't getting like 1 million hits or nothing like that, but like to a point where it's random kids stopping me in the hallway. When's the new song drop?
I gotta ask, like, what type of artist were you? Because you're from New Jersey. Were you like a lyricist, or you just on that bounce shit?
Yes, I was spitting the lyrics. My homeboy, the other side of the group, he was more the, like you said, the bounce shit, the party shit. But me, I was bringing the lyrics because I looked up to people like Biggie. Jay-Z is a real big influence for me too. So I love saying something in my music. I love people listening to the music and being like, oh, I could connect with that. I feel that, yeah, we can rap about, we got all the money in the world and nice cars and all that shit, but if you really making something relatable that the, you know, average person riding to work can listen to and really vibe out, you in there. I fuck with that. That's why I like people like J. Cole, Love Yours. Anybody can relate to a song like that. But yeah, that's how I first started getting into it. And after high school, put it down and then picked it right back up in 2016. That's when I created Black Ave.
What is the meaning behind Black Ave?
So Black Ave, black is my favorite color. I love red, I love the shit out of red, but black goes black.
Are you
and
a
then
blood?
Red is right.
No, I'm just fucking.
What, wait, what's the question?
I said, are you a blood? Nah, I'm just fucking.
I don't gang bang. Love the color black, and I was like, I need to come up with something that I can brand that is relatable. Same thing with the music. So it was first Boulevard, did a little research, and I was like, oh no, that's Soulja Boy's shit or whatnot. So what could I come up with? I was like, you know what? Avenue. So I put the Avenue on it because I look at it as if you vibing with us and you fuck with, you know, our lifestyle, our music, the way we doing things, then you on our street, you on our avenue. If you not, get the fuck off our Ave, go to the other block, go to the other street, you ain't on our street. So I just mashed the two together, Black Ave, and came up with this logo on my hat.
Now, we was doing the music. Are we currently still doing music as well?
I'm still keeping myself alive in the music game. I still just work on my songwriting. My label, we have an artist that's actually dropping a single tomorrow. I work with him. I just keep myself in the scene and keep myself around the music because I feel like being 27 years old, you never know when, boom, you know what, I'm feeling it again. It's time to make that project. I don't see myself having to rush. I just feel like when that time comes, it's gonna come.
Definitely. So where did the filmmaking come in? Where did the directing? How did we get that?
So I've actually always been in the film. I went to AV production class back in high school, and that was the thing that kind of finalized it for me. You know what, if this music don't really work out how I want, I can see myself acting in a movie or directing a movie or writing a movie. Fast forward, 2018, 2 years into Black Ave, my son was born, and I was like, what's something that I can do to branch this music thing and branch this brand off? So I was like, let's hop into film.
Now let's talk about the film you have out, Kane.
Yes, sir.
My friend has a theory about this whole plot. Okay. I'm gonna let him break it down and see if he was right, bro. If he was accurate. So the movie of the name was Kane, and we have a group of individuals who are trying to get into something spiritual, and I felt like Kane, they were all like brothers, or at least they functioned like brothers, and they was trying to get their brother on something positive, but all he saw was the greed, and he was ready to kill his brothers for greed. Therefore, that would be, he was Kane, his brothers represented Abel.
Yes, sir.
So that was my take on it when I watched it. I was, because we was trying to find, like, it's just represents our brother. A brother will take from another brother just so he could come up.
Yes, sir.
Was that it?
That you spot on. That's why I can't help but to keep smiling.
I was just like, it was just a fucking serial killer.
Because it's like, brother, you hit it. You hit, like, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with Kane? Yeah, because they was like, bro, what the fuck Kane on?
Right. And that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to create.
Hold on, wait. We gotta ask though, because Kane took a sharp left turn, bro.
Oh, most definitely.
It wasn't even gradual. It's like, did the basketball game really fucking spirit up that bad, or he was just really just like he was gonna flip out from the jump? Like,
so, like he said, everything he said 100% true. Another thing that you have to take into the movie, that bro is a pill addict. Mm-hmm. So that shit was fucking with his thinking, and if you pay attention, right before he hit the basketball court, he popped them pills. Mm-hmm. That's when it started fucking with his head, and that's why he ended up, pushing and shoving on the court, and it just...
Now, what made y'all use the knife?
It's funny, you're gonna laugh. One thing I did when I created my film was think about budget and things that I could do right away that make sense and look good.
Right.
Right away, I couldn't use guns because in my head, I couldn't get the effects together. I want that shit to look cheesy.
Right.
If I could get a prop knife, all you got, that's one motion. This shit disappear. I can make that shit look good for film, and it was real easy to work with. So that's why because I really wanted to put guns in it.
I asked that because I feel like the knife is more personal.
Right.
That too.
Because the gun, like I always tell people, the gun is business. The knife, when you give somebody the knife, you really wanted you wanted to feel that. You wanted to be a part of that. So I was just seeing it was that kind of the thought process of it.
What director do you look up to?
Man, Spike Lee is a big influence for me. I love Quentin Tarantino films. Ever since I was a kid, I know this sound weird, but I love blood, gore. Like some of the scenes I create in my head, I can't even make today because I ain't got that budget. So that, like, when I get that budget, I'm gonna be coming out with some crazy shit.
Now, a really gory show that's out right now that I fuck with is The Boys. Have you watched The Boys?
No, I have not.
Man, it's just you gotta check it out. Like,
most definitely.
Yeah, it's super high powered gore shit. But, so when you come to thinking of a film, because I know sometimes we have to work with the budget, but let's say you had an unlimited budget. Tell us about the film you would create and what would be some of the. You don't have to give us the ins and outs because don't tell us all because.
If you had an unlimited budget for this Kane movie,
right?
What would if you were to reshoot that whole movie? Like, what would be the movie?
I would have put in a lot more action because one thing we also have to take in doing that was very, very risky because we right in the middle of COVID, so that was one thing that I was worried about with shooting as well. But I was like, I know it sounds selfish, but I was like, if I don't get it done now, when is it gonna get done? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you just got to do it. But it looked, for a first time independent movie, it looked good.
Thank you,
You know what I'm saying? It looked good.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
It was damn good quality too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, y'all,
for sure. For sure.
I appreciate that.
What I didn't understand is why you let him get his ass beat on the court. You could have jumped in, helped him out a little bit, but you was like, nigga recorded him.
Because I was trying to show the people that like that ain't no real homie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why bro come and run over like, bro, what is you doing? Why are you recording this shit? Why don't you ain't got nothing to do with me. But then I call him to come to the court though. So it's like, what's wrong with Don? What's wrong? Where's his thinking at?
But why he had to stab bro with the Bible? He did nothing wrong.
He was like, y'all need to quit fucking with him. He's trying to get him to leave him alone. So
That's how I do though.
Right. No, real talk. That's why we did that. It'd be the innocent people really, like that take the worst end of it. I didn't think people would expect him to die, so.
He definitely didn't deserve to die, man.
No, most definitely.
Is there going to be a part 2 to that? Because it just ended abrupt.
It is, and that's the reason why
I figured
why it took a hard left like that.
Yeah,
we plan on shooting Kane 2 this summer, and it's going to be part 2, that whole story. And the basis is going to be, I survived. Don's character survived, actually. The last person to get stabbed, and he left his knife. I don't know if anybody noticed that. So the cops going to find the knife.
You look like you survived.
Yeah. Yeah, you was like,
right. I kind of went with it in a way. Does that make sense? Let me do what he got to do so I can survive, type shit.
There was one scene in there, and I hate to just spoil the movie, but
yeah, you good.
When you pan, when he was chasing him with the knife, and he got on the ground at the very end, I just really enjoyed that scene.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate Speedy did his thing, bro. Like just directing that, and when he showed me that when he shot it, I fell in love. I fell in love with it immediately, bro. Yes.
That's what's up, man.
I appreciate that, bro.
Hey, as some independent black media trying to chase a dream, I salute it. We promoted it. Hey, y'all go check that out. Kane out right now.
Please,
my guy. Let's talk about the podcast. Gimme30.
Yes, sir. Gimme30.
What is the podcast about, man? What do y'all touch on?
So pretty much we touch on everything. I love to have guests come on, and I can have any type of guests. We've had producers, we've had artists, we've had sports personality come on, we've had fashion designers come on. I started it to create a platform just like for the underground, another platform to, of course, for Black Ave, but to show love to some of these people that might not get it or whatnot, or don't know what it takes to reach out to a manager to get interviews, or to kind of really to help the little people, and also, of course, build my brand as well.
Now, podcast is like, at this point in time, they're more or less oversaturated because everybody's like, oh, I like to talk. Why don't I just do a podcast? So what sets yours apart from everybody else who's, just trying to really just talk?
I try to bring something different. So like one episode, the later episodes, we started doing freestyles. Oh, yeah. If the guest wants to freestyle, because I didn't see anybody on their podcast doing that. We pretty much, I forgot. One time we did a list. We did like a top 5 Dallas list, and I remember we landed on Before the Cloud, and there was a producer, I ain't gonna name him though, he actually got upset. He hit me in my inbox and was upset his artist didn't make it on our personal opinionated list. Nothing was against anyone.
Is that gay to you?
Huh?
Is that gay to you?
Big time. Big time. And the crazy thing is, 2016 me probably would have cussed him out on some immature shit, but I'm to a level now, I even was like, brother, ain't no reason to be upset. This is a personal list.
Right. Is it, do you feel like, because when you do films and do music and, you have to take it into account everything that's going on in society as a whole.
Right.
Do you think we as a whole group of people, we're just getting too sensitive?
In a way, kind of, especially when I see on Twitter.
Right.
Like, it's some of the stuff I see on Twitter, I'm like, bro, y'all are ridiculous. Like the cancel culture we live in, people are so quick to run with shit without even doing real research or seeing if it actually came out of this person's mouth. Like, and yes, it's destructive. Like, it is.
I'm gonna get your opinion on something, and maybe I might be right, maybe you might think I'm wrong, but I'm gonna just get your opinion. Mm-hmm. I feel like the Meek Mill's bar, when he said, I'm going out with my chopper like Kobe, I felt like that's a cold ass bar. Everybody else thought, too soon.
And so here's the thing, like, I understand to audiences it could be a cold bar, but as a Kobe fan myself, I just feel like it's insensitive because it's like, you got to remember, like, his child passed away in that. It was another kid that passed away. I just feel like it's insensitive to the people that are really, like, think about, like, Vanessa Bryant. Like, you know what I'm saying? She got to listen to shit like that. And imagine if you had a family member that died like that and someone was rapping about it.
The only reason I'm like, we'll go to a battle rap thing. And it'll be a white boy. I've really heard like black dude, white boy be like, I want to take your kids from you so they can have a better life, a better education. I mean, it's like, I feel like we come from a culture of it just being just rap and something that we can enjoy to like, now it's just like kind of timid. You can't really say what you want to say. You might offend somebody over here. Yeah, and it's not rap no more. It's just, well, it's not rap no more anyway because everybody just wants to look good on the internet. But as far as the lyricism, I just feel like, if you can be clever, if you can say something clever and something that ain't nobody saying, because I feel like it's just a lost art of being clever now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with you. No, we definitely living in a very, very sensitive time.
For sure, man. So let's touch on the clothing line. You came in with some merch.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the merch. What's the name of the merch?
Black Ave still.
Black Ave.
And I name it in seasons or whatnot. So I started season 1, of course, first season. The season I'm on now, which will be out later this year, is season 10. So I dropped season 9 on Juneteenth last year. Obviously during COVID and everything still. But I've always loved fashion, and just being from the East Coast, being in New York and getting to just see all the different styles and fashion, I've always loved it. So I was like, why not add a clothing brand to Black Ave? And it's not just slapping the logo on a t-shirt. Right. We getting creative with it.
What are some of the pieces that you sell? Obviously you got a hat. What are some of the things you sell?
So we got hats, hoodies, I've even gotten as far as we did rolling trays with season 9, and those sold out stupid fast. I wouldn't even expect it. Like I put a batch of I think 20 out at first just to see how they do, and they went in like 24 hours. Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the fashion, we tend to get lost, especially. I don't know if you do the shoes or whatnot, but you got the shoes. So, what's the most expensive piece that you've ever purchased, whether it be a shirt or shoe? What?
Most expensive piece would probably be the jewelry.
Right.
Yeah.
The jewelry is always gonna get you.
Yeah.
Every time.
Now I see you are wearing I think I shout him out. You know what I'm saying? Our Future.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on Tyler the Creator, man? And his vision and what he's done in the game, man.
Man, so sexual preference to the side, bro.
Oh, he really liked that.
Bro. Oh, yeah, that's why I said to the side. To the side, yeah, to the side.
Oh,
not on that shit.
Bro, for so long I thought he was just playing.
No, bro, I think he's way too serious about that shit to be playing around. He's doing some hard trolling if he is. Exactly, for real. But bro's a fucking genius though. As far as production and his actual music career, when he first came out with Yonkers, I knew he was gonna be a star. When you saw him eat that cockroach and everything, I was like, oh, bro is gonna go viral. And I love what he did with Odd Future. Odd Future is actually them, Wu-Tang, ASAP, and NWA are actually the groups that influenced me to make the collective Black Ave. So Odd Future, that's why I'm wearing a t-shirt today, because I had to show love to Odd Future. And Haji Beats, he's from Jersey, so yeah.
Do you feel like Hopspin doesn't get enough credit?
I'm actually surprised he didn't get bigger, especially that age when he was like killing. I remember every YouTube video I saw him, I'm like, bro, when is his deal coming? When is he gonna be top dog? The way he rap, like.
Cause here, I now have another, cause they like to give, and this kills me inside, not because of, they give Eminem king of hip hop. Now, Eminem is a phenomenal rapper, but king of fucking hip hop, I was like, if y'all was gonna give him king of hip hop, y'all could have just gave that shit to Hopspin.
Yeah, I was about to say, that sounds real similar to when Macklemore won that year over Kendrick type shit. Like,
and
yeah.
bro, I just feel like some of that type shit just be weird to me.
I agree. I agree, bro.
So 2021, you know what I'm saying? You got the podcast going, you got the film going. What do we have? What is on your bucket list? What are some of the goals that you have for the rest of the year?
So bucket list, I really want to turn Black Ave into a multi-million-dollar company. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but I want to do it. I want to be in position to where I can create opportunity for the people around me, whether it's the film branch, it's the podcast, or it's music. So, like for instance, Sawed Off 95, DK, he got a song dropping tomorrow. That's one of the artists on Black Ave. He got Get Lifted going all streaming tomorrow. I got Trey on the podcast with me. Asia, she does all our video work, but she does videography out here in Dallas. And I just want to keep expanding and one day be able to just, sign artists and create opportunity, bro.
Now let's say Virgil hit you like, hey man, this Black Ave shit going crazy, man. We need you to come over here and create some pieces. Do you stick with what you're doing right now currently, or do you go work with Virgil?
It really depends on what we talk. Yeah, it depends. It depends on what because it's like, bro, that's an opportunity, and I'm one that it's weird, bro. Even with this right here, this interview, believe it or not, Big D was telling me real life all week, but I thought he meant on Instagram. So he hit me this morning and he was like, "You still good for the interview at 6?" I was like, what? Bet. No, I'm gonna be there. I was like, let me let my wife know I am going to be there, because it's like when an opportunity comes, you gotta take that shit, because you don't know when it's gonna come, if it's gonna come again, and what the opportunity could get you. You know what I'm saying? So Virgil for sure.
Shout out to wifey. Shout out to wifey.
Shout out to wifey support, man. You need that backbone. You need that backbone. God damn it, man.
We can't ask you none of the crazy we want
to. But I do want to ask you. With COVID, right? We went through a time where it was locked down and family was the only thing that mattered. How much, I guess, more did you appreciate being married or having an actual partner there with you in the house while going through this kind of crazy time, you know?
Big appreciation. And the funny thing is, me and my wife actually weren't married yet at the beginning of COVID. We got married. We got married.
COVID marriage.
Yeah.
That's real.
COVID was destroying.
Yeah, but we got married in October. But it made me appreciate everything, all the way down to being able to watch NBA, bro. I love basketball.
Facts. When that shit cut off, I was like, oh shit.
Right, bro. It's just
oh shit.
I was bartending the game with the last Mavericks game when they shut the whole shit down. I was there, bro.
Yeah, bro, that was crazy. That right there told me that this is some serious fucking shit. I know that's crazy, but
now, so be honest, during quarantine, what was like some trying times with you and your wife as far as just being locked in and can't go nowhere? Real Life Street Stars.
Oh man, man.
On the spot, Street Stars.
Yeah.
Honestly, like me and my wife, we really like best friends. Like for real, we best friends.
So that means
like,
you're gonna fight like best friends.
Yeah, exactly. I love her to death, but of course, I'm sure she gets sick of seeing me sometimes, and probably vice versa. But yeah, we bump heads every now and like all couples. But nah, exactly. But we made it through. It was fine though, bro. I got to find out what Ozark was and shit. We got to catch up on Netflix. It was like, bro, it was fun. We made it make do.
Now, when outside opened back up a little bit, where's there a time where it's like, you better not bring your ass back in here with this COVID with me?
Both of us, because she's a hairstylist, so and she actually was still working when it was first going down. So yes, at first I was like, and we got 2 small children. Mm-hmm. We got a 2 and 5-year-old, so I'm like, wear your mask. I got alcohol at the crib, spraying shit down because we can't get Lysol. Oh yeah,
y'all was serious.
Yeah.
I just want to ask one quick question, man. As far as being in the same field, as far as doing podcasts, is there any topic that you'll stay away from that you just won't touch on your podcast?
No, I cover everything, and I always ask, kind of like what y'all did with me. I always ask every guest right before the show, is there anything you don't want to talk about?
No, because we have a podcast and we just be touching on raunchy shit the whole fucking time. Like,
is there anything that you like? I'm gonna stay away from the devil. I'm gonna stay away from I'm gonna stay away from this. I'm gonna stay away from that.
Like we could talk about it, but I'm not gonna get on there and be like, oh, I'm over here worship. You know, I'm not gonna be on no bull. Like I ain't gonna be on no bullshit like that, because that ain't me. That's what, you know. So, but we could talk about it because it's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? So.
Amen. You got any shout outs, brother?
First of all, shout out God.
Amen.
He is amazing. I'm just thankful to be here and to be getting through COVID and to still be able to have my company going. So shout out Black Ave Records. Shout out DK. Shout out Asia. Shout out Trey. Shout out all my followers, supporters, everybody fucking with the movement. And of course, shout out to my family, my wife and kids, my strong support system. I love y'all. And it's a lot of shit in store.
One time for the black.
Shout out to RealLyfe. Shout out to RealLyfe.
Hey.
For real. Shout out to RealLyfeStreetStarz. Thanks for having me.
If anybody needs to get in contact with you for any bookings, features, or film production, how would they do that?
You can always holler at me through DMs on Instagram at the Black James Bond. That's THA, not THE. Feel free to hit me on Twitter, Ace Maurice. That's about it.
Yeah. And do you have some merch for us? No,
I don't, but I most definitely can bring y'all some.
That's because I need that hat.
Now that I know where to pull up, I'm gonna get y'all hooked up.
Now, you know what, bro? Bro, I'm gonna stab you right now. Nah, you know, bro, I'm gonna talk to you about that shit out, Kim. Man, hey, brother, Russ Maurice, man, we love everything you're doing. We salute you. You are truly black excellence, man. We are behind you 100%. If you need anything from us, you know we got you, man. You are a real life street star.
Appreciate y'all, man. Salute.